Believe it or not, I'm walking the streets of Indianapolis with that famous inventor, Thomas Edison, the Thomas Edison. Tell me, Mr. Edison, back in your heyday, when you were inventing things right and left, did you ever have occasion to come to Indianapolis?
Could you say that again? I'm a little hard of hearing.
Oh, I'm sorry. Back in your heyday when you were inventing a lot of things right and left, did you ever have occasion to come to Indianapolis?
Yes, but it was before my heyday. It was when I was first getting started, late 1864, 65. I was working down at Union Station as a telegrapher. You would call it a telegraph operator.
Oh, I see. So earning a living's what brought you to Indianapolis back then?
Sorry?
Earning a living's what brought you to Indianapolis back then?
Yes.
And now?
Now?
What brings you here now?
Now, I'm here because of the resourcefulness and hospitality of one of your own. One of your own citizens right here, lives right here in Indianapolis. Maybe you've heard of him. His name is Hank Fincken.
Fincken?
I'm sorry?
Fincken?
No. Hank Fincken. F-I-N-C-K-E-N. Hank's how I got here. And while I don't claim to know everything about him, what I do know is Hank gets me, Thomas Alva Edison, wherever I need to be, whenever I need to be there. And that in itself is a pretty good trick. He sits me down, he looks me in the eye, and somehow, over the course of a very intense 15 to 20 minutes, here I am.
Well, once Hank's got you here, what does he do with you?
Well, it's actually kind of fun. Hank sets me up in a room full of people, maybe here in Indianapolis or somewhere else in some other big city. I am going to capture the human voice, or maybe in some little town. And then he has me talk about one of my favorite subjects.
Which is?
Me! And if you don't understand that, you can't get a job in my laboratory. Do you see the miracle that seemed? A lot of times he has me talk to young people, and they're always so polite, and they listen so attentively, and my goodness, you wouldn't believe the questions they ask me. Who has another question for me? Yeah, sure.
What inspired you to start inventing things?
What inspired me to start inventing? Very good question. And I'll let you in on a little secret. I'm not the only one he gives that Hank Fincken treatment to. Did you know that? Hank's got a little business he started, the National Theater Company of One. And through this company, one at a time, he rustles up all sorts of interesting people. And he brings them here the same way he brings me. There's that wandering preacher and legendary apple tree planter, John Chapman, better known to one and all as Johnny Appleseed. And I'll reach into my bag, get some seeds, poke a hole, drop a seed, and cover it up. I knew early in life I wanted to do something useful for folks. And you tell me what's more useful than an apple. Then there's the intrepid Italian explorer, Christopher Columbus, who some say discovered America. The prize is for he who dares to go first. The rewards for all eternity. What the Portuguese obtained by going south, we shall surpass by going west. Then there's a gentleman you may never have heard of, Mr. Joseph Goldsboro Bruff, a fellow who left a very comfortable situation to head west to California in 1849 to hunt for gold while studying the land, the people, and himself. Hey, this gold is no illusion, no land agent swindle. As Horace Greeley has said, we're on the brink of the age of gold. It seems to do the people good to hear our stories of hardship, victory, friendship, and adventure. It's nice to think that after all these years, we are still of some service to our fellow man.
And it's all because of this guy from Indiana, Hank Fincken, huh?
Well, that's the way I see it. But then again, maybe you should talk to some of the others, Columbus, or that Johnny Appleseed fella, find out what they have to say.
Well, I've taken Mr. Edison up on his advice, and that's why I'm here at Starbucks, sipping on a double mocha latte cappuccino with the legendary John Chapman better known to you and me as Johnny Appleseed. Johnny?
Yes?
What can you tell me about this Hank Fincken character?
Hank Fincken. Well, he's been planting seeds, knowledge seeds, all over this country about me, Christopher Columbus, and other people. So you will better understand in your time what it was like in our time. But I gotta tell you, if I had one criticism, it'd have to be when Hank's not with us, when he's out there living the rest of his life. It's not really fair for me to say, but it sure seems to be pretty dull. I mean, except for the time he spends with us, Hank's just a man. A guy in a something they call a T-shirt. He has a house he lives in, a son. Oh, ho-hum. I do have one concern about this Senor Fincken. I know he is attempting to find some truth about it, but must he make us speak badly about ourselves? For instance, mention that maybe I was a little lost in my voyages? Is that really necessary? I have very few bones to pick with Hank. My one complaint is, does he ever take care of himself? Goodness, has he ever once looked into a mirror? He's got bags under his eyes the size of steamer trunks. Where did those come from? And look at his posture. And whatever that thing is hiding underneath his T-shirt didn't get there thanks to proper diet and exercise.
Johnny, do you ever worry about Hank? Do you ever feel sorry for him?
Feel sorry for him? No, I actually think he's pretty lucky. He gets to spend time with some fascinating people. People like me, and me. And of course, like me. And so what if he's starting to sag a little here and there? He's resourceful. He's faithful. He's hospitable. He's truthful. Maybe a little too truthful. I don't know where we'd be without him. And we love him. What do you call this drink again?
Well, this is a double mocha latte cappuccino.
When I was a young man, if I'd ever gone up to someone and said, I want a double mocha latte cappuccino, I'd have been arrested.
Well, in that case, here's to modern times.
Oh, yes.
Not bad, huh?
Yeah. Need some apple cider.